we've been talking. Let's keep talking. I think stress is this thing we take for granted. And again, this is a creative, dynamic industry. Dr. Romie, help us understand how to think about the toll that stress can take and a demanding job on your creative mind and your thoughtfulness and your thinking.
Yeah. That's a great question, Julie, and please don't everybody just start picking up your smartphone going, oh, she's going to start talking about the science now, and I'm not going to give you the 5 headlines that probably a lot of you are responsible for putting on the women's magazines. 5 ways to get rid of stress in your life. I don't know about you, but I live in the human world, and sometimes we experience an inhumane existence. Stress in our outer world will never go away until the day we go to the grave, unfortunately. So I'm not here to tell you to ignore the stress. I'm here to say we need to learn to function despite the stress. And your management of stress is in direct relationship of how well you're going to function, whether you're on the creative side or the accounting side. So when I talk about stress in the mind, popular psychology made it really popular to say you're left-brained and you're analytical, and that's the neurology side of Romie, talking about brain science, or for those of you in accounting, and then there's the right side of the brain, that's my yogi meditating side. But really, we want both sides of the brain to work better. I give you an example. If I say you're going to create a PR campaign for a mind-body medicine physician spreading women's health and wellness, I want both sides of your brains working. I want your analytical side off so you don't automatically start thinking lawnmowers and beer cans. If you can tie together lawnmowers and beer cans with women's health and wellness, then damn, you're creative or crazy, you know? So either way, we do that. And how do we do this? When stress affects the mind, whether it's an acute stressor, a car accident, you've heard that bear in the woods, there's something known as the stress response, researched at Harvard dating back to the 1940s, where chemicals are released in the brain and they cause your heart to race, palms to get sweaty. And what happens to your mind? It quotes, as we say in popular psychology, shuts off. The important analytical tools we need to figure out an account, obey traffic rules, all of a sudden are difficult to access. And certainly that creative muse that we all want to be able to tap into, writing a blog post, creating the perfect logo, picking the perfect font, is also no longer present to us. And then you're saying, well, Romie, I've got stress all the time in my life, and that means I'm not going to function in the advertising world. That's not true, because then there's something called a relaxation response, which we're going to all talk about, little micro actions you can take to tap into that creativity. And what happens with these just small little micro actions you can be mindful of taking every day is you release the endorphins and the healthy chemicals for the brain that calm the stress down and helps you connect to a more balanced brain where you're both analytical and feeling creative and feeling now and in the moment. And that's where we'll go a little bit later. So.